secretly damaging your body every time you exercise? Millions of seniors are making these 5 critical mistakes, leading to irreversible damage that doctors can't always fix. If you're over 60 and still exercising, I need you to hear this. In the next few minutes, I'm exposing the 5 exercises that are secretly causing the most harm to seniors. Exercises that feel safe, but are leading to things like chronic back pain, torn rotator cuffs, and even fractures. And please, whatever you do, don't skip the last one. It's an exercise so common, you probably did it this week, and it could be the most damaging of all. Let's talk about something nobody really wants to admit. As we get older, our bodies change. Duh, right? But what's surprising is how many of us keep doing the same exercises we did in our 20s and 30s, thinking they're still helping us. The truth? Some of these exercises might be setting you up for injury rather than keeping you healthy. I've seen it time and time again at community centers and gyms across the country. Well-meaning seniors following outdated exercise advice, sometimes from trainers who don't understand the specific needs of aging bodies. It's not their fault. There's so much conflicting information out there. The problem is that as we age, our bones become more brittle, our joints lose cushioning, and our balance isn't what it used to be. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults, with 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 plus falling each year. That's a scary statistic. But what's even scarier is that some common exercises might actually increase your risk. So let's dive into these 5 exercises you need to avoid right now, and more importantly, what you should be doing instead. First up, traditional sit-ups and crunches. I know. Everyone's been told for decades that these are the gold standard for core strength. But here's the thing. For seniors, traditional sit-ups can actually do more harm than good. When you do a sit-up, you're flexing your spine repeatedly, which puts pressure on your intervertebral discs. For younger people with healthy discs, this isn't usually a problem. But for older adults whose discs may have degenerated over time, this repetitive flexion can lead to back pain or even herniated discs. Dr. Stuart McGill, a professor of spine biomechanics at the University of Waterloo, has conducted extensive research showing that repeated spinal flexion can damage spinal discs. He found that the traditional sit-up generates approximately 3,300 newtons, about 740 pounds, of compression on the spine. Think about it this way. Your spine is like a credit card. If you bend it back and forth enough times, eventually it's going to develop weak spots and potentially snap. Not exactly what you want for your backbone. Instead of traditional sit-ups, try planks, bird dog exercises, or dead bugs. These exercises strengthen your core without putting your spine through that damaging flexion. For a modified plank, start on your knees and hold for as long as you can maintain good form, gradually increasing the time as you get stronger. The second exercise to avoid, deep squats with weights. Squats are fantastic for building leg strength, no doubt about it. But deep squats with heavy weights can be problematic for seniors, especially if you have knee or hip issues. When you go into a deep squat with weights, you're putting tremendous pressure on your knee joints. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons reports that the force on your knees during a deep squat can be up to 7 times your body weight. For a 150-pound person, that's over 1,000 pounds of pressure on each knee. Plus, as we age, our balance naturally declines. According to a study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy, adults over 65 have a 25 to 30% decrease in balance ability compared to younger adults. Add heavy weights to that equation, and you're setting yourself up for a potentially dangerous fall. Instead of deep-weighted squats, try chair squats or wall sits. These exercises strengthen the same muscles without putting as much stress on your joints. For chair squats, simply stand in front of a sturdy chair, lower yourself until you barely touch the seat, then stand back up. As you get stronger, you can use a lower chair or even just hover above it without touching. Third on our list, overhead presses with heavy weights. This exercise might seem harmless, but for seniors, it can be particularly risky for your shoulders and neck. The overhead press puts these tendons in a compromised position, especially when using heavy weights. A study published in the Journal of Shoulder and Elbow Surgery found that adults over 60 have a significantly higher risk of rotator cuff tears during overhead pressing movements. Additionally, many seniors have issues with neck arthritis or cervical spine problems. Instead of heavy overhead presses, Try lateral raises with lighter weights or resistance bands. Start with very light weights, even just a pound or two, and focus on controlled movements rather than heavy lifting. Number 4. Toe touches and standing hamstring stretches. This one surprises many people because stretching is supposed to be good for you, right? Well, not all stretches are created equal, especially for older adults. When you bend forward to touch your toes while standing, you're putting your lower back in a vulnerable position. This movement can strain the lumbar spine and potentially worsen any existing disc issues. For seniors with osteoporosis, this forward flexion can even increase the risk of compression fractures in the spine. A study in the journal Spine found that forward flexion exercises like toe touches can increase intradiscal pressure, which may aggravate existing back conditions or contribute to new ones. Instead of toe touches, try hamstring stretches while lying on your back. Simply lie on your back, lift one leg toward the ceiling, and gently pull it toward you with your hands or a towel around your foot. This stretches the same muscles without compromising your spine. I know what you're thinking, but I've been running for 30 years. It's my favorite exercise. And I get it. Running has amazing cardiovascular benefits, and many people find it mentally therapeutic. But here's the hard truth. The high-impact nature of running on hard surfaces can be particularly tough on aging joints. The cartilage in our knees and hips naturally thins as we age, making it less able to absorb the shock from each foot strike. Think of your joint cartilage like the tread on a tire. When you're young, there's plenty of tread to cushion the impact. But over time, that tread wears down, and each impact becomes more jarring to the underlying structures. This doesn't mean you have to give up cardio altogether. Instead of running on pavement, try walking, swimming, cycling, or using an elliptical machine. These activities provide similar cardiovascular benefits with much less impact on your joints. Now, I want to be clear about something important. I'm not saying seniors shouldn't exercise. Quite the opposite. Regular physical activity is crucial for maintaining health, independence, and quality of life as we age. The World Health Organization recommends that adults over 65 do at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity throughout the week, plus muscle-strengthening activities on 2 or more days a week. It's about working smarter, not necessarily harder. So what should you be doing instead? Focus on exercises that improve balance, flexibility, and functional strength. The kind of strength that helps you with everyday activities like carrying groceries, getting up from a chair, or reaching for something on a high shelf. Some excellent options include 1. Tai Chi. This gentle practice improves balance, flexibility, and mental focus. Water aerobics. The buoyancy of water supports your body weight, reducing stress on joints while still providing resistance for strength training. 5. Walking. It's simple, accessible, and effective. Just make sure you have supportive shoes and walk on safe, even surfaces. Remember, the best exercise program is one that you enjoy and can stick with consistently. The bottom line is that exercise is one of the most powerful tools we have for healthy aging, but it needs to evolve as our bodies change. By avoiding these 5 risky exercises and focusing on safer alternatives, you can stay active, strong, and independent for years to come. Instead, let this knowledge empower you to make smarter choices about how you exercise. Your future self will thank you for it. Want to know the best exercises for seniors? Check out my next video popping on screen now.